And I feel really compelled about this. This is a resolution that I used to carry before I became chairman of the committee, then Bob Casey did with others. And it's the resolution on the protection of freedom of the press and expression around the world, and reaffirming the freedom of the press as a priority in the efforts of the United States government to promote democracy and good governance. And you know, normally that was an expression of our commitment to that fundamental bedrock principle enshrined in the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States as a global effort. But I have to be honest with you, I am really concerned when I see that last month CNN reported on live auctions of human beings, something that I know the chairman cares passionately about by his work on human trafficking, and active slave trade in Libya. And the news network showed footage of human beings being sold at auction, which is a stain in our collective consciousness. But adding to this atrocity, last week, Libyan authorities questioned the veracity of the reports, citing the President of the United States, who calls CNN fake news. Now listen, I've had my share of over 43 years of public service of not being enthralled by some of press reports and how they ultimately carried themselves. But I believe in the fundamental bedrock principle of a free press. And when we are in the league of individuals like Maduro in Venezuela and Putin in Russia, who constantly try to undermine the essence of a free press in their countries in order to promote their dictatorial, autocratic views, it really worries me. It worries me that attacking the press is one of the most frequently used instruments in a dictator's toolbox. That the Fourth Estate, in my mind, plays a crucial role in our democracy and all over the world. So its advocacy for it as independent and critical are really important. And then finally, I am really shocked that for the first time, the Committee to Protect Journalists, an organization dedicated to protecting journalists doing critically important work to hold public officials accountable and uncover stories and expose the world to critical events, has concerns about the United States. I never thought that I'd be at a moment in time in which the Committee to Protect Journalists would cite the United States as a place that they have concerns about. So I appreciate that the chairman put this resolution on. I know he's committed to it. I think it's important not only to pass the resolution, but to speak to these issues, because I don't want to be in the company of Putin and Maduro. I don't want the Committee to Protect Journalists to cite the United States as a place they now have concern on. And I think it is important when we are facing human trafficking in the world, when we are facing those who have efforts to use nuclear weapons, that the credibility that we have in having journalists question in those countries what is happening in those countries not be undermined. And I appreciate the opportunity.
No, thank you. Thank you so much and for those important comments, and I appreciate your work in this area.